Okay, I'm gonna do it in Daniel style. I'm gonna call this
It's the
single
only way, man.
journey. All right, so I'll call this single journey, and do you know what? It's probably my one of the fumbles I think about most because I essentially made this into a short film as well.
Oh shit.
So it's called Single Journey. Have you not seen it, Daniel?
Yeah.
I think you can discuss it on WhatsApp.
Cool, man. It's fine. Daniel doesn't rate my life or whatsoever.
Look,
Anyway,
Daniel's gonna watch it right now.
it's all right. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. To be fair, he only subscribed to my YouTube just before we started doing friends. So, I mean, what could I expect from my friends?
Oh man, Deja, your YouTube name was a ridiculous name that nobody can spell. I could never find you.
You could spell JCX.
Yeah, because Bunton's
know
not
what?
ridiculous. Unless you know
I can
it.
spell.
That's the name
No,
my mother
no,
gave
no.
me, man.
You're spelling it wrong. You're spelling it wrong. It's spelled Bunton, but it's pronounced Bunton.
Yes.
Have
Yo,
some
if his
respect.
YouTube name
Put some
was his
respect
name,
on his name.
then I could find it. No problem.
Boone Toon. Like there isn't tags. Whatever. Anyway, so my story is called Single Journey. So it was I remember I was probably about 15 and I remember like I got into girls late and stuff. I never really cared about girls and like the way that everyone was like, oh yeah, I'm into this girl, talking to this girl. It just never really interested me. Partly because I was probably shit scared of anyone saying, no, don't be silly. Like, and I never really had that kind of, I don't know, that confidence or esteem or whatever at that age. And I was too busy doing other things, playing truant. But anyway, why are you laughing? This is not funny. This is not funny at all. No, it's not funny.
He's frozen. He's frozen.
Yeah, you're
He smiled and he got frozen. That's what happened.
No, he was laughing in the connection universe where he was losing his connection. But whatever. It's cool, Daniel. You have 3 more stories I
sorry.
can rip apart too. Anyway, so
I'm not ripping anyone's stories apart. Shit.
You can tell you're lying because in your
Go
reply,
high bitch.
falsetto.
Alright, okay, cool. So basically what happened was there was this girl that I used to kind of like just like hi and bye. Didn't really ever speak and whatever. She was on for maybe 2-3 stops of my journey. And, you know, like it was one of those ones where I started to try and find the time of like predict the time that she would be on the train. And I was like, oh man, like so it'd be like about, I don't know, like 3:52 or something stupid like that. So then I'd be like, okay, cool, sometimes she's gonna be here and whatever. So I started to get into a rhythm of seeing her and being like for those 2-3 stops, which were very quick stops by the way. So I remember just thinking to myself, man, do you know what, one day I'm just gonna have to say something. So I think it was before like the holidays, before summer holidays, I saw her. Why does it keep falling out? Sorry, guys. For summer holidays, yeah, I saw her and I was just like, okay, cool. This is the moment. This is the time. Now, remember these times, it was before everybody had a mobile phone or whatever. So I was kind of saying to her, I saw her, I was like, hi, like, what's good? You're right. She's like, oh, hello. I was like, yeah, I see you all the time. She's like, yeah, how are you? It's like, I'm fine. And then we were just talking and she was actually really nice. And I was like, oh, this is sweet. I thought, okay, cool. Just this is the moment. This is the moment to do it. It's like, oh, do you know what? And I mean, you know, like summer, I don't know where you're going, like if you're going on to another school or whatever, it was that kind of period. And she was like, yeah, she's going to some next school or whatever, so she's not going to take this route anymore. I was like, oh, really? So I remember this conversation at 3 stops. I was like, oh, man, do you know what? It'd be great to like take your number or something. Like, we can catch up and we'll talk. These times, like taking numbers was like, you know, taking from house phones and stuff and then having that window to call so your parents don't answer and go, why are you on the phone? Like that kind of nonsense. So, so I go, oh, yeah, cool. She goes, yeah, all right, cool. Have you got a pen? And I'm like, so I'm just there, like emptying out my bag, trying to find a pen. I know it's in here somewhere, kind of thing. So then eventually I find a pen, and I'm like, yeah. So then,
Why did you just pick up a pen? Like, I'll never ever be unprepared again.
never.
You have the pen ready in case you need to put us on your list.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know. That really helps my mental state. I don't think you guys understand. I feel like I'm punishing you from afar. But yeah, so then I got a pen, and then she was like, "Okay, where do you want me to write it?" And I was like, so I was looking around, and I was like, "Oh, do you know what? Use my ticket." So she wrote on my transport ticket or whatever. So then she wrote her number and whatever, and then she was like, "Yeah, man, just call me." I was like, "All right, yeah, cool, I will, man." So then she went off the train, and then funny enough, I was going somewhere else. Oh, I was going to a record shop because this is the time I started to like buy records, right? So vinyls, and it was in like somewhere near Hammersmith or something. So I was jumping off and I was all just mad excited of myself, going, man, I got a number. Woo! Oh my days, like I am a G. Like you broke through the barrier, Justin. That barrier of like, I don't care if she says no and whatever. I've been prepping myself and like, pumping myself up for this for ages. And I was like, oh, it was like such a relief. And she was gorgeous as well. And I never even thought in my whole life like she'd even pay me any sort of attention whatsoever. Because I'm awkward as fuck and I was bumbling around and all sorts, but she was just laughing and thought I was funny. And I was like, this is great. I was already, picturing kids. I could see my kids in her eyes and all this stuff. And like, then I was leaving the station. I put my card in the station and it happened to be a single ticket. So I put my card in the thing and it went. Then I remember looking back going, no. And there were other people like coming after as well because it was like rush hour, innit? So I'm going to the man, oh, sorry, can I get my ticket? He goes, what do you want your ticket for? I was like, oh, it was a single, but I need it back. He goes, well, if it's a single, you don't need it anymore. The man was rude as well. I was like, you don't understand. Can I have something important? Can I have it, please? And he was like, no, I can't. It's too busy. And too many people come through now. And I was just looking at him, and I swear to you, I was partly angry at him, but then I was just, everything just shattered. Just the idea of ever seeing her again. The idea of like ever trying to call her or having that contact again. And the thing is, people nowadays won't understand that because obviously, or some people won't, like the younger generation, because everyone's an oyster now. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like if you have tickets that come out on the machine.
Bun them kids, man. We get it.
And then do you know what the mad thing is? I didn't see her for time. I didn't see her for ages afterwards. Literally 3:52 every time. Like my friends, I'm like, yeah, guys, I got to go. Where you going, man? Oh, just and I was trying to even like detour and stuff and gang up the line and oh no, she's not here. And then can you imagine? The next time I saw her, I was on a train. And I was with like, we had like different groups of friends. So I was with a group of friends and then I knew these other guys up at the top and whatever. And she happened to get on a different stop at this time. And then I was like, oh shit. And there was a school, the school was, they had a black and red uniform. It was striped. And maybe it was a lady of a Margaret or something. I don't know. So, so then so then I remember seeing her as the train was going and she was just stopping. I was like, wow. And she just glowed. And I was like, oh my God, she's there.
She's pregnant.
No way. Can I finish my story? Is that okay?
Sorry, you said she was glowing. You said... Sorry.
What if it was that? How do you think I feel now?
Well, you fumbled the bag. It's your fault.
So anyway, so the train stops. So I start going, oh. So I'm like, oh, hold on one sec. I was talking to my friend. So I'm trying to walk down the passage of the
carriage?
Of the carriage, right? The carriage, thank you. And then she
The
comes
passenger
on.
plays ping.
She comes on. She walks on. She sees me, and she's like, "Oh, hi." And then she turns around, and then she hugs up one of my brethren who's in the older year and starts lipsing him up. And I was like,
"Oh!
And the thing is, this was after the summer as well. So I'm sure he didn't know her before then. But then in that time, he's probably done the same thing, asked her number, chatted to her in the summer or whatever. They come back and now they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I had no idea whatsoever. And I was just watching. And it was like that moment where he goes, oh, and just everything just, man, shattered.
I feel really bad that you
Shattered.
associate that song with that moment because I thought that was like a lovemaking song.
I don't know.
But that's when
innit?
your love died. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you were watching them make love. So you heard the music of them.
I don't know.
Shit.
I mean, I don't know if I heard that song. I heard a song, but that's the song that I'm thinking about right now. And it was heartbreaking. It was just like, oh man. And it was so funny because he was such a cool guy, the guy who was with us. So there was part of me was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. Like, he's everything I'm not.
You stopped liking him. You stopped
No,
liking
not
him
at all.
because
He was somebody that I was like, actually, like, would have wanted
if someone's
to be
gonna
like.
get a, you're a great guy.
No, it was like, I felt like...
You admired him?
Yeah, like I admired him in the way that he was because I could see, that
And the
girls
way he
could
was
find him
able to
funny.
kill girls.
Yes, Nicholas. Yes. Okay? Prick.